Ever wondered what it costs to build one of these duplexes? I'm gonna give you a full construction breakdown on the Fircrest duplexes that I just built in 120 days. I'm Ruben the Builder. I've built over 250 units in the past few years. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe button. This is where you're going to learn all things construction, from finding land to underwriting deals to learning about construction cost breakdowns just like this build. Or if you want to follow us along for our 120-day journey on how we built these duplexes, we're about to build 20 more in the background, and we have two $1.5 million spec homes that we're building on the other side of town. You can look into those as well. Let's get into it. Let's break it down.
Just break it down.
All right. Okay, so the cost of the building permits for both units, one building in this area, Vancouver, Washington, USA, is $40,784.89. That might sound a little bit high to most people, but the cost of the homes here are also more expensive in exchange for that. So when the city picks up permit fees, we as builders have to mark up the sales price. Each side of this duplex is selling for roughly $500,000 each. By the way, I'm helping students across the nation do this exact same thing and build houses to make a profit. If that sounds interesting to you, click that link below to learn more. Okay, so architect plans was $1,047.67. I reuse these building plans a lot, and that's why it cost me a little bit cheaper. And especially when I'm doing volume work, that's what it cost me to get these plans actually drawn up and then submitted to the city. In my area, we get structural engineers to sign off on these new construction projects. And so the cost for the actual structural engineering to tell me the size of the foundation, footings, hold down straps for the structural side of the project was $1,375. Survey on this project was $600 per unit, and they basically tell me exactly where I can place the building. In order to power everything during the course of construction and get people temporary power to work on the building, I had to pay $1,226.46. Excavation on these duplexes cost me $11,525. I was able to excavate, prepare the site for foundation, and connect to all the existing utilities that we created inside of development. Shout out to Arthur the developer. Foundation cost me $11,383.62 per duplex. This garage slab right here that I'm walking on cost me $3,000. The framing package on these duplexes cost me $35,857.06. But what's a framing package without the trusses? $8,750 to get those trusses manufactured, brought on site, and my framers install them. Framing labor to actually install all of the lumber here on site and build these duplexes was $16,489. The window package on this entire duplex, we used Milgard windows, $8,722.92. Garage doors cost me $3,581.28. That includes the opener, that includes the rails, that includes the motor. Roofing on this project cost me $8,600. I had to pay a little bit extra because I added the little metal accents on this project. Siding material cost me $12,500. Now the siding labor to install the siding was $7,283.25. Rough-in plumbing across both buildings cost me $14,776. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning cost me $19,926. Insulation cost me $11,295. In order to connect the duplex to city sewer, $7,834.02. Water meter connection, $7,577.18. Way too expensive. Drywall on this entire duplex cost me $20,956.56. That includes the firewalls. Painting cost me interior and exterior $13,000. Cabinets cost me $14,875. Countertops and sinks cost me $7,200. My countertop supplier installed them for me because he gets me better pricing than my plumber. This backsplash cost me $1,090.23. The flooring cost me $4,945.60. Carpet on these duplexes cost me $4,140. Plumbing finish cost me $9,454. Electrical finish cost me $3,127.90. That includes light fixtures, light switches like these, all of the above to make your electrical work in your home. Doors, closet, rods, trim, $14,787.14. Finished labor to actually install the doors and handles and all the different little accessories, $5,891.25. Appliances cost me $3,362.52. Construction cleanup for exterior and interior and final clean cost me a total of $4,184.05. Electrical rough to get the entire house wired cost me $14,999.10. Driveways and sidewalks cost me a total of $7,560. Gutters and downspouts cost me a total of $1,600. Landscape and fencing cost me $10,691.94. All right, so that takes us to a total of $403,000 for one duplex building. If you multiply that by 4 buildings, which is what we have here, we're roughly 1.2 million total. These units are selling for roughly $500,000 a unit. So aside, $1 million per building. That doesn't include all the development costs that we had to put in. We bought this land raw. We're developing it into 28 units. We're not including land costs. We're not including all the other fees to include and start building out the 28 units. But at least you know what an actual unit costs in today's market in Vancouver, Washington, United States. It's pretty standard to be roughly around $150 per square foot nationwide. In some areas, you're around the hundreds. And other areas, you're $175 to $200 like Seattle, more expensive markets like that. If you wanted to start in the new construction game, I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I didn't start with any capital and I was in a ton of debt when I first started in the new construction game. I was working a full-time job. But I found an investor to partner with me 50-50, and no, it was not a family member, and you could do the exact same. Click that link below if you're interested in learning on how I was able to do this, learn about my story, and see if we could help you do the same. I've been helping students across the entire nation get into their very first build and build to sell their very first home for 6 figures of profit. Like Andrew in Texas, Ricky in St. John's, Indiana, Avery in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have students in Sacramento. We have students in Asheville, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Everywhere across the United States, we're helping people get into the new construction game with little to no experience and using either their capital or partnering with investors and doing a profit split. So click that link below if you're interested, and let's get you started building. That's it for today. Like, share, subscribe, comment below what you think, and I'd love to hear your feedback. We've been making videos based on your guys' comments. So leave a comment below and we'll make a video based on that if you get enough likes.